Let me welcome you, my dear students. This is our 18th learning session of short fictional narratives with BS English, third semester. My dear students, let's discuss the outline that today we are going to discuss the short story of The Richer and the Poor by Dorothy West. So, my dear students, let's discuss the introduction of Dorothy West. Means Dorothy West was born on June 2nd, 1907 in Boston, Massachusetts. She was the daughter of former slave or the free slave Isaac West. She attended school first grade from Boston's Farragut School and she attended college from Columbia University. Here she studied the creative writing. We can say that the Dorothy West had a affluent upbringing and she began writing stories as a child and throughout her life she won many awards and contests for her writing. So dear students, her first published work in the Boston Post and her published she was it was a publication when she was so young and we talk about the Tide. It was the second one in NACCP. So here NACCP stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. So it was the writing competition and we can say she appears in that competition and she moved to Harlem, New York to join other African American writers and this is her last we can say the last breath and she died on August 16, 1998 in Boston. It was about the Dorothy West. Now we are going to discuss about her works, means her major works. Dear students, her major works are Typewriter, that is published in 1926. The Living is Easy. It was published in 1948. The Wedding. It was published in 1995. The Richer, the Poor, Stories, Sketches and Reminiscence in 1995. The Dorothy West Martha's Vineyard in 2001. My dear students, now we are going to start our short story, that is The Richer and the Poor. So before I start my discussion on The Richer and the Poor, let's discuss first the title. Means the title explains about the lifestyle of both sisters. Means the first sister is richer and the other one is the poor. Means it talks about the lifestyle of both sisters and the original meaning of richer and poor is defined by the character, means which is the movement that seems to alter the lives forever. So it was published in 1885. Now we are going to start the plot analysis of The Richer and the Poorer. So my dear students, let's discuss the exposition. So the exposition of the story is, or the story begins with the Lottie and Bess, means they are two sisters who have essentially lived opposite lives, and Lottie lived her life working, saving money and being very conservative with her expenses. So Bess the Bess on the other hand had lived she just lived each day as if there were no other. So it was the exposition. Now we are going to discuss the rising action. The rising action of the story, The Richer and the Poorer, is when Beth's husband dies unexpectedly and she moves in the Lottie. Means she moves in with Lottie, and after catching up about the past few years, Lottie decides to change and makes the day count. So the climax of the story of the is the story the richer and the poorer is when Bess returns and reunites with her sister Lottie. This is the turning point because it is here. I mean, it is here where Lottie view on life change instantly. So it was about the climax. Now we are going to discuss the falling action. My dear students, the falling action of the richer and the poorer is when Lottie realized at that point that the time she had spent on feeling sorry for Bess took away from feeling sorry for herself. As Bess helps her to discover a new philosophy of life and brings joy into Lottie's joyful life. So, if we talk about the resolution or the ending, it and the ending or the resolution of the story, the richer and the poorer is when Lottie realized that she has not lived a content life. The change she goes through means through is one that she at first did not agree with, but comes to terms with it and realize it is for her own good. She welcomes the change, beginning to relate with best life, and she feels giddy already. So it was about the resolution. Now we are going to discuss the character. Here students, we can see here two types of means two characters, the Lottie and the Bess. So let's discuss the Lottie. The Lottie is the protagonist, means the so we can say that the protagonist is the elder sister among two of them, and she is the type of girl who is hardworking and where she couldn't wait to grow up and buy herself the best for everything. She saved as much as she can as a child, even if it meant not eating any sweet candy. When she went to high school, she bought her own clothes with her hand, means she earned clothes with her hard money, means hard earned money, so that no one would be able to match with her. From that we can tell that she has that if you got it, flaunt it type of personality. Even after high school, it said the story that she was faced with the choice of staying in school and working full time, but she made her choice easily, which is to get a job. Unlike Bess, she wanted to work and get all the richer, means money, because or before she can spoil herself. When she did not realize the age is drawing near, but by the time she was 60, the money she had saved was pretty much put the waste because she cannot travel the world or spoil herself. The only thing she had in her mind, the save the money. That act of saving money has destroyed her life. She is a dynamic character due to the fact that Bess told her about her life story, and with that Lottie was inspired to learn how to live to rest for her life, to find that happiness that Bess has means alone. This was about the Lottie. Now we are going to discuss about the character of Bess. Among the two sisters, Bess is the younger one. We do not really know much about, but in the story she explained how she lived her life to the fullest from childhood to her old age. She was a type of child that just wanted to go outside and play, and she never really cared about money because there are so many things that she wanted to do, like travel and world and marry. If we talk about to marry the Harry, if we talk about the best man, she is a carefree type of person that did not mind getting with the stranded in the country because she always found positive aspects to look upon. She and Harry lived like gypsies with him playing the second rate bands all over the country. Even if she is not rich with the money, she is rich with happiness and experience. We learn that she is flat character simply because she loved her life and experiencing many things. She lived by the enhanced the poorest place, the humblest person. So this was about the lecture. Means in this lecture we have discussed the introduction of Dorothy West, and we discussed the title significance. We discussed the plot analysis of the preacher and the poor. And now at the end we have discussed the character of this short story. So dear student, it was about our today's lecture. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.